I remember the last thing my family said to me before I left that day. Those words still echo in my mind like a cruel echo chamber. "You're wasting your life," my father spat, eyes blazing with contempt. "You're chasing a pipe dream, and everyone's going to laugh at you." My mother shook her head, her face a mask of disappointment. And my siblings snickered behind her, calling me the crazy girl with her stupid ideas. They didn't see my passion, only the absurdity of it. An online emotional health coaching platform? They called it ridiculous, pointless, and embarrassing. That day, I packed my bags, feeling every ounce of their rejection like a heavy stone sinking in my chest. But I promised myself, no matter what, I would prove them wrong. That was 5 years ago. I was a digital wellness educator then, just starting out, full of hope, but drowning in doubt. I had no safety net, no family support, only a burning desire to help others heal through the power of online connection. My goal was simple: create a platform where people could find emotional guidance, build resilience, and transform their pain into growth. But as I launched my first courses, I was met with ridicule. My own family dismissed me as a fool, saying I was wasting my time, that I'd never make it, that I was an embarrassment to the family name. Every sneer, every dismissive comment, every eye roll, they all chipped away at my confidence. But I clung to something deeper, my purpose. There were nights I cried myself to sleep, questioning whether I made a terrible mistake. The road was lonely, paved with rejection and skepticism. I faced setbacks, platform crashes, low engagement, doubts from strangers and loved ones alike. But I refused to give up. Every no, every "you'll fail" fueled my resolve. I studied tirelessly, refined my approach, and poured my heart into each course, each video, each message. I knew I was onto something real, even if my family couldn't see it. Slowly, the tide began to turn. My platform grew. People started sharing their stories of healing, of overcoming trauma, of finding hope in my words. What had once been dismissed as a ridiculous idea became a lifeline for thousands. My reputation blossomed, and I learned that success wasn't just about fame or money, it was about impact. I was building a community, a movement, a sanctuary for those lost in emotional darkness. And with each breakthrough, I felt the weight of their gratitude seep into my bones, reaffirming my path. But the most profound transformation wasn't just in my career. It was in my own soul. I had learned to forgive the past, to forgive my family's dismissiveness, because I saw now that their rejection was rooted in their own fears and wounds. I didn't need their validation anymore. I had found my purpose, and with it, my strength. Then, last month, I returned home, not as the struggling outsider they once mocked, but as someone who had built something monumental. I had turned my vision into reality. My online platform had expanded into a thriving ecosystem. Courses, live coaching, podcasts, and community forums, all dedicated to emotional wellness. I had helped thousands find clarity, resilience, and hope. I had, in essence, cultivated a garden of healing where once there was barren land. And the irony? My family's reactions when they saw what I had become. They had no idea I was coming back, not with the goal of proving anything, but simply to reconnect, to show them the fruits of my labor. I wanted them to see with their own eyes, not just hear about it, that their ridiculous daughter had built something beautiful, something meaningful. So I stood before them that evening, in the very living room where years ago they dismissed my dreams as foolish. But this time, I was different. I carried a quiet confidence, a calm certainty that I had finally arrived, not just as a success, but as someone who had transformed pain into purpose, rejection into resilience. I turned on my laptop, and a live broadcast of my platform's success story played on the screen. The numbers: thousands of learners, hundreds of testimonials, flooded the room. I watched their eyes widen, their jaws slacken as they saw the impact I'd made. My mother's hands trembled. My father's face betrayed a flicker of surprise, and my siblings sat in stunned silence. Then I spoke, my voice steady but filled with emotion. This is what I've been working on. The reason I fought so hard despite your doubts. I wanted to help people heal, to show that even the darkest pain can be transformed into light. I wanted to prove that our scars do not define us, but how we rise above them does. There was a long silence. Then my father, eyes moist, finally broke it. "We were wrong," he said softly. "We never saw your dream for what it really was. We dismissed it because we were afraid of losing you to something we didn't understand. But now I see, you've changed lives. You've changed ours in ways we never imagined." My mother nodded, tears streaming down her face. "You're not an embarrassment," she whispered. "You're our daughter, and we're so proud of you." In that moment, I realized that my journey wasn't just about proving my worth. It was about healing the wounds I hadn't even known I carried. I had turned their dismissiveness into a catalyst for growth, not just for myself, but for I had become a testament to resilience, to the power of staying true to your purpose despite the noise of doubt. As I packed up to leave, I looked back at my family, and I saw not just the skeptics of yesterday, but people who had begun to understand the depth of my mission. I knew that this was a turning point, not just for me, but for us all. The garden I had cultivated in myself, the resilience, the compassion, the unwavering belief, had begun to bloom in them too. And here's the lesson I hold close. Sometimes the greatest victories come not from the applause of others, but from the quiet victory of believing in yourself when no one else does. The universe has a strange way of rewarding that kind of courage, turning scars into stars, rejection into redemption, and dreams into reality. So if you're standing where I once was, doubted, dismissed, afraid, know this: your purpose is worth fighting for. Keep tending your garden, even if others say it's barren. Because one day, when you least expect it, your resilience will bloom into something that can't be ignored. And when that day comes, the world will see the beauty you've created, and they'll have no choice but to face the truth of your worth.